friends. This video is a review of our class from June the 23rd. So I hope this will reinforce some of the things we went over in class, but I'm just going to highlight. I'm not going to make this video real long. The very first thing that we looked at was the duplicate. I'm in object mode right now. I'll select the object that I want to edit, or in this case, I want to duplicate. I'll press Shift+D, and now I can freely move it around the view plane, I call it. It can go under the floor, it can go up above. It looks like it's right above, but it's not. It's kind of behind it. So you can see this is a free flow get. Okay? Let's click the right mouse button and cancel that request. So now I'll do it again. Shift+D, and I'm going to press now the letter X. And you can see the X-axis appears, and that tells us that we can go left to right, slide along the X-axis. Then when we press the left mouse button, it places it there. And it's that simple on how to duplicate things. That's the duplicate. The merge function may not mean a lot to you right now, but as I mentioned in class, once we get building our items, you'll see the usefulness of this merge. Pressing the tab key, and you can notice here, I want to highlight this. Down here, you can see what I'm doing with this screencast keys. I am in the material view screen. Up here, you can see as I hover over it, it says display in material preview mode. We have been working in the solid mode. When I go there, you can see it's kind of bland. It's kind of wiped out, washed out, I would say. So I thought this may be a little better picture for you. Okay, what do we do in the merge? Zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to right click, and that brings up this menu. I'm going to subdivide this edge. So I right click, pull up subdivide, go down to this pop-up menu. How many cuts do I want? Well, I want 2. No, I want 3. So now when I bring up the vertices, you can see that there have been 3 cuts made, or actually 3 vertices placed on that line. So it's 4 sections of line with 5 vertices across that line. Okay? Now, here is the simple and very direct method of merging items. You select them. I'm going to select, go off everything. I'm going to select this, Shift, select this. Another way of selecting is Shift and click. So now that these 2 vertices are highlighted, notice I picked this one first and then this one last. All right. When I press the M key, this menu comes up. It's the merge menu, of course. I can merge these at the center. I can merge them at the cursor. I can collapse them. I can move the one to the first position, or I can move them to the last position. Since I selected this one last, what's going to happen is if I choose last, this one is going to go over to here. So let's do that. And that's how simple it is. Now those 2 vertices have become one because they've been merged. The third key we're going to look at is the P key. This separates items from grouped items. They're all together. You can pull out certain items that you want to work with. Let's do that now. We can do it here on this simple box. In object mode, select the box. Always select what you want to edit. I'm I'm going to go into the edit mode and I'm going to choose the number 3 on the number line, and that's going to allow me to select a face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this face from the rest of this box. So how do I do that? I highlight it, press the P key. This menu comes up, separate menu, and I'm going to separate by selection. You can tell it's separate because of this green highlight. Now I'm going to go into object mode, click off of it, and now you can see these are two separate items. This is the back box. This is that face by itself. Okay? And I can tell it's separated because it is highlighted. And now when I press the G key, I'm going to press the G key along with the X key. And it's going to drag, it's going to grab that and pull it off. So now you can see this box has an opening face now. It's right over here. That's the simple operation of separate. In order to show you the quick menu and the quick key, I'm going to zoom out a little bit and get a little bit more of our view here. I'm going to place the 3D cursor by pressing Shift and right mouse button. That will allow you to place your 3D cursor wherever you want it. Okay. Now, we're going to put a cone over in this area right here. Now, to do that normally, we press Shift and A. We get the Add menu. We go over, come down. We start at Mesh. We go over, hit Cone. That may seem like a very short action. Only 2 keys. But here I'm going to show you a quicker way. We Shift, Add, A, go to Mesh, go down to Cone, and instead of pressing the left mouse button, we press the right mouse button, and you get this option. Add to quick favorites, and you click it. Now, when you press the Q, which is the quick favorites toggle, there it is. You can add the cone with with 2 strokes. You hit the Q, and then you hit the cone, and there it is. It may not seem like a big deal, but you can have several items on your quick favorites. You can add many, many operations, and all you have to do is you don't have to remember what tool it is, where to go, what menu to drop down. You can simply put it in the quick favorites, and there it is, right at your fingertips. The next 2 keys are very simple, and we're going to take them together, one right after another. That's the F2 and the F3. F2 will help us name our items, and F3 will give us opportunity to search for keys that we forgot where they were. All right, let's start here. Highlight the item. I'm going to use our old friend, Shift+D, duplicate. I'm going to shift it up on the Z axis, so I'm going to bring it up here. There we go. Now, if you look over here, in our outliner, you will see that we have now a cube, a box, 3 boxes, floor, another cube. When your project starts to get complex, it's really helpful to name your items. That way you can go over here and quickly select the item that you're looking for. So let's name this box top box. So now that it's highlighted here, we press F2 and we type in. Okay, we will now look at our last key for today. If you remember, when we were in class, we looked at the F3 key. It is basically a search function. You can look for all of the items, and there are many, many items within Blender. You can look at it with this simple search.